LB. I'm a 71% successful grant writer, and I am a 10-year entrepreneur. And I'm doing these live streams because we are coming into the end of quarter one. And so I believe, I don't know if this would be my last one, but I'm trying to do a live stream almost every day until March 31st, which is the last day for quarter one. I've been on YouTube for 6 years talking about different financial literacy options that you might have as a startup and small business owner. And I love talking about grants. Grants is something that definitely stuck with me. A lot of people know me by writing grants for their businesses, or just simply me talking about grants. Or you might Google what a small business grant is and you might actually see me come up. So welcome in, friends. Welcome into the one of the last live streams that I'll be doing. And the whole purpose of this live stream is to give you guys the floor to ask any questions about grants or any questions that you might have about business development and things like that. So most people know me, like I said, from me actually writing grants and me talking about grants on YouTube. I love grants because grants are debt free opportunities that we can use to start our small business and use this capital, and we don't have to pay it back. So the grant that I want to talk about today, I'm just going to get straight to it. We only have a couple of days left, and it is the Honeycomb credit grant. So I'm going to let you guys see it. Let me show it to you. I've been talking about this grant for a while now. Honeycomb credit grant breakthrough. All right. And it also has like a pop-up too. Let me get out of the pop-up. All right, so you can visit honeycombcredit.com/breakthrough. I'll leave it there for a few seconds. Now, this grant is for any startup or small business. It doesn't matter what race you are, what gender you are, what sexuality you are, what ethnic group you're a part of, you qualify for this grant. Also, this Honeycomb credit grant is for any type of business. So it can be trucking, it can be medical courier services, you can be into youth development. It's for small businesses, so it's not really for nonprofits, but I believe as a nonprofit, you can still apply. And then this grant is also for any like stage type, right? So you can be a startup that has never generated any revenue. You can be a brand new company that simply doesn't have an LLC or EIN. And this is like the perfect grant for you to kickstart your startup journey and even kickstart your grant writing journey too. Grants is debt-free money that you don't have to pay back. So there's no credit checks for these type of opportunities. There's no paybacks or anything like that. That's what I like about this. And yeah, and I've been writing grants and getting grants for startups, small business owners, seasoned businesses, churches, schools, you name it. I've helped get millions of dollars in grants. I currently live in West Africa, and I've been able to get here and get a grant even myself. So yeah, hello. It's been impossible trying to get a loan. Have you known anyone to get a loan via SBA? So I got a SBA loan, 200,000. I got this like right after COVID, and I'm not having fun paying it back. So I don't like loans personally. I don't. And what allowed me to get that is simply by providing so much of my personal information that I just kind of feel like it was not worth it. Um, so yeah, but I was able to get an SBA loan. It's not fun at all paying it back. You have to make sure your business generates that revenue to pay it back, right? And um, I don't even have that business anymore. I dissolved the business that I got the $200,000 SBA loan in. So I don't like talking about loans because it's quite depressing. It's debt. How long did it take to get a loan or a grant? So for the SBA loan, it can be 7 to 10 business days. For a grant, it can take you, each grant has its own timeline. So you have some grants where, like for example, this $10,000 grant I'm showing you, that's for all businesses, no matter what business you're in. Um, the deadline date to apply for this grant is April 2nd, and they will choose a winner on April 11th. Grants are competitive. It's 50-50, so there's no 100% guarantee. Just like the same exact experience that you are experiencing with getting a loan, there's no 100% guarantee, even when you do have good, like, credit or whatever have you. There's so many other business owners that are actually going for these opportunities. So it's important for you to show up and show out about your business. Like, you need to tell them how you would use the money. What's your mission? um, what is your measure of impact, right? Things like that. And I talk about that a lot on my live streams. That's why I'm no longer going to be doing these live streams anymore, because I have so much content that I just think that people just kind of have to catch up to the information I've been dropping. Can I use this grant to start more than one business? So it doesn't specify that, but I'm guessing so. If you can use the 10,000, it asks you, what would you do with $10,000 for your business? So I'm guessing I am just going off of the question that they are asking, the grammar. They are asking about one business that you would choose for this particular application. So they want to know, what would you do with $10,000 for your particular business? That's good to know. You want to start two separate businesses, a trucking company. Congratulations and good luck on your journey. What questions do you guys have? So, if this is your first time meeting me, I'm not new to this grant world. I'm true to this. Okay. I just recently posted $100,000 win for one of my clients, like earlier this week. I think it was like Monday or Tuesday. And I've been writing grants for 10 years, and I've also been winning grants for a very long time too. I've been doing this, talking about this on YouTube for a very long time, and I'm quite consistent with coming on here every morning at 9 a.m. But I've decided to give you guys a safe space, and a space where you can be vulnerable and like ask questions about like small business development, and as well as like, how grants work. But I'm not going to come on here anymore. So enjoy and try to ask as many questions as you can, because um, I'm not doing this anymore. I live in Africa. I haven't lived in the US in the last 3 years. And I'm a 10-year entrepreneur. So I've been able to build successful and have successful investments. And I think it's time for me to transition into my tech ideas and different things that I've been interested in. Oh, it's actually raining. Want to start. Okay, congratulations. Thank you for your information. This is definitely not the time to gatekeep. People need this valuable information. Awesome. Well, I have like so much, like I have so many videos out. Even if you start from like January all the way up until now, I have dropped so many gems. I've even, went over how to develop like a business plan, a pitch deck, a 90-second pitch video. I've also given some really good like advice to you guys, and also I went over like different reasons for why most startup companies are in like the consistent restart phase, the cycle that's actually not, like, that's not normal. And so I went over the psychology behind that. Like, I have a lot of videos out that really give some good content. I think, well, it's good information, but yeah, I think it's just kind of time for me to transition. Where can I find a site that shows a book of grants available? You can visit grantwatch.com. It's grantwatch.com. I'll talk about that. I dive deeper into how to search and apply to grants on my YouTube videos as well. Grantwatch.com. Yes, my content will always be available on my YouTube channel. How do I write a grant that stands out? So, writing a grant, I think that vocabulary word, right? It's important for experience is the best teacher. Writing grants in your terms of comprehension really means how you write a grant, right? It's you submitting applications. So it's just like submitting an application for a loan or a credit card. But then they ask you additional questions to understand more about what your business vision is, what your business mission is, and what your values are, your product or service values are. And so if the grant asks for a grant proposal, that is when you would write out a actual full proposal that outlines exactly what your company would do with the money. Um, so yeah, you don't write a grant, you don't go and find a grant and submit like a proposal. That's not how this worked. That was the old days. In 2025, they're all applications, and you just simply search for them using grantwatch.com, and you would find the application, and then you would just submit the application. If they are interested, then they will contact you via email. All right, so I'll put in a chat grantwatch.com. There you go. Yep. I've been doing this for so long that I'm not even like, I'm not even like, eh. It's like it's not exciting to me anymore. Even when I win a grant, I hate that you're stopping line, but I understand. Yes, awesome, that's good. It's not even exciting anymore. Will you be on any other platforms outside of this one to be reached? Absolutely not. I'm boycotting Instagram. Um, so I haven't been on Instagram since the start of the year, and I don't plan on going back there. I will not be on any other platform but YouTube, and that's it. The only way that you'll be able to there's no like getting in contact with me at all unless you book a one-on-one consultation. It's $100. The link is always in the description, and yeah, I will only do pre-recorded videos. And the reason why is because YouTube is actually transitioning over to be more of what we know as a streaming platform. So because now it's going to be more like streaming, kind of like Netflix. It's important for me to do pre-recorded videos, so that way most people are watching YouTube on their TVs, and they're kind of like having like this having like playing videos in the background. So because I know that, now it's time for me to transition my content type. So instead of recording like this using my phone, now it's time to do things like use a camera and go back to editing. And actually, some of my most like viewed videos, they are pre-recorded videos from back in the day, like 2, 3 years ago, where I will put like B-roll and stuff in there. But I stopped doing that because the live streams became the algorithm became in favor of live streams, and then now it's changing again. So it's like, okay. I've also noticed that my peers, who we all kind of talk about the same thing, like financial literacy, how to build a business, how to make money, like e-commerce, or how to make $1 million in a year, whatever have you. Like I've noticed that my peers are actually like they don't they're consistent with their content, but they're not like uploading their content every day. Like there's not a video every day. They're like actually taking their time, and there might be 1 or 2 videos a week. So yeah, and I guess that kind of like gives me time to just, it is quite scary because, not gonna lie, like as a content creator and being on YouTube and dropping so much game and knowledge and being consistent for the last, like, let's say a year and a half, I've been coming on YouTube live streams specifically. You can see I have way more YouTube live streams than any type of pre-recorded videos within the last 2 years. Like, it has increased my YouTube revenue that I actually depend on. But now I have to take a leap of faith, and I have to transition the content. And I don't know if, well, I'm actually seeing my numbers drop, but I don't know if I will lose subscribers or what have you. But it's a thing where I have no choice, because I don't have like, I'm not like excited anymore. Yeah.
I understand. When I get my first approval, I'll book just to tell you things. Oh, awesome. I went so far as to get a DUNS number, but don't understand how to build a credit line. Yeah, I don't. It changes all the time. That's not really my thing either. That's why I don't talk about business credit. I really don't know about any of that stuff. I don't use business credit cards. I don't do any of that. It's not my niche. But there's other creators like Marvin Francois, the credit guy. Um, there's other like creators on YouTube. Uh, Haitian CEO. I think Haitian CEO is one. Solo the Funder. Those are all people that like the credit protector, right? Those are people that you can watch that know about business credit. But I don't like it. It's not my cup of tea. Yeah, it's been fun. It's been like a really good run, I would say. It's been fun with doing this content, but it's really like time to transition. And I'm actually like I've been saying the same thing for the past like years, and I'm kind of like tired of saying the same thing. I feel like do I've done more than enough content on how to search and apply to grants, um, how to what sites I use. I say it all the time at the start, even in my live stream from the other day, like which was really good. Like in the first 15 minutes, I'm telling you everything you need to know, and I'm just dropping so much knowledge. So I just kind of feel like I'm done doing that. I want to change my content, and I'm at this point where I don't know how to transition. I don't know if like I want to do more vlogs because I'm I'm a girl from Miami that lives in Africa now, in Nigeria specifically, or if I just want to, I don't know, do something else. I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. I wish I could be in West Africa and live your life, honey. Well, it's not easy. It's not easy when you totally depend on content, right? And then no life is easy though. But I understand what you're saying. You're still going to win things for sharing. Yes, of course. I'm hoping that in this time of my hiatus and trying to like figure out what my next steps are in content, I'm hoping that one of these videos or live streams possibly goes viral. And it's like, oh, okay, I'm going viral this day. Because sometimes it's a thing where the content has to catch up. Like the people have to like the search engines, the people, they have to catch up to the content. Like I talked about DEI last year. I talked about DEI last year, but now more and more people are DEI, DEI, DEI when I talked about this in November. And that's because I'm so on top of things. And so now that video from November, it is getting a little bit of traction when you are looking for things that has something to do with Donald Trump, politics, and things like that. Just like the CTA, the Corporate Transparency Act thing. I talked about that at the beginning of 2024. And I like the content started to becoming more favorable towards the end when people got afraid that they were going to lose their business or have to pay thousands of dollars in fines when the start of 2025 came. So I understand that this content, you have to, especially with my type of content, you have to really be searching for how to search and apply to grants, debt-free opportunities, how to start a business, things like that. But I think it's time to transition. Try it out and see what works best. We'll see. I believe you're showing your journey would do it. You'll go viral. Yeah, I thought about that too. Like showing my journey, being vulnerable, making sure it's mainly, and it's also like making sure the content is um, going with the algorithm. Like changing your algorithm and the type of content you upload. It is not easy. It's not easy at all. but we'll see how this transition works. If I like it, if it's cool, then it's cool. But if not, then I'll just find something else to do. Welcome in, you guys who are coming in. $10,000 grant through honeycombcredit.com. You can apply to. I'm a 10-year entrepreneur, 71% successful grant writer, and I've been writing grants for a long time. And this $10,000 grant can help you start your business or scale the one you currently have. It's called the Breakthrough Grant. I'll show it to you here. Okay. And Honeycomb Credit is where you can go /breakthrough. So the purpose of this live stream is to give you like a live Q&A, give you like some time to ask any questions. It's probably going to be like my last live stream. So enjoy. Enjoy. That's good. Okay, awesome. Hey. All right. So, honey, you got this. Seems to me you're progressed so much that you're across the world. Everything else is extra. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Sometimes I do feel like that. I feel like it's became like this. I never wanted my business to be, or like my content to feel like a job. I feel like I've been doing this for a very long time, and I used to really get like excited about it. I used to be enthused, and then I feel like I've I don't know if I've just like traveled so much, I've moved so much to the point to where like I'm no longer enthused or like excited about this type of work anymore. And then so it just kind of feels like when I started getting on live every day, 9 a.m. and then 5 p.m., no matter what country I'm in, it just started to feel like a job. And like, okay, I have to, like, well, if I don't do anything today, I have to just make sure I get on live. And I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I feel like content is supposed to be fun. And most people, like even myself, when I'm on like scrolling through TikTok or I'm like on YouTube, I'm actually looking more at videos that are like funny and people who are dancing and like lifestyle content and you know things like that. And I just kind of feel like I focus so much of my content on business and being very just like strictly business, and it's only gotten me so far. Like it's gotten me to this point, but I haven't made like this major YouTube check or got these major brand deals. And even if like I'm doing still talking about business, I can show more of my development journey of my ideas, I guess. But I just have to find a creative way to do that. I like that. Celebrate you in every way. Find what makes you happy, and everything else will come with time. Yep, that's right. So that's why I'm taking this time. Like I'm not going to be on here anymore, and my YouTube is going to look crazy, but I'm hoping that it doesn't, by the grace of God. And no more live streams because, like I said, YouTube is transitioning to being a streaming platform where, like, you know how you guys like get on YouTube and you see like series that like YouTube, not YouTube, but Netflix
It's going to be like that on YouTube. So you'll have like series. They're going to put a thing where you can like, in a way, playlist will be like a guided series. So instead, I would just kind of rather do like my travel vlog series, different Nigerian dishes that I actually came to love since I moved to Nigeria. Moving and maybe moving out of the US, like what that looked like that type of series. And it will be like, excuse me, it will be like a 5-part series. You know what I mean? Like you'll have 5 different parts to it. Like part one, this is how I felt. I moved out, and I'm before I moved to Nigeria, I used to live in Panama in Latin America, what my life was like there. Um, and then like still do business, so be like a part series where it's like, okay, I'm going for a tech grant, what that looks like, and how I'm waiting on, responses from different investors and stuff like that. So it's becoming more like I want to do like lifestyle and business at the same time. And I don't do like raunchy stuff. I don't hang like I'm not one of those, like I'm not like what do you call it, a city girl. Those days are over. I've lived my life. So I think that um, it's just I live a more modest life, but it's kind of cool to show like my transition and my development, and what I want to do, because I have goals. Um, Travel vlogs do an excellent job in the algorithm. If you enjoy it, it's really key. Yes. Yes to all of that. Yeah. Whatever you do to next it, you're a winner. Thank you. Have you made any friends there yet? Yeah, I did. I made one friend. I don't know, like I don't know if like I became very introverted, but I even noticed that I kind of am even when I lived in Panama. I think that maybe that's something, I don't know. Like, I have to figure out what that is, because I used to be like such a big social butterfly, and like I don't know it's if it's just getting older, because I'm going to be 30 this year in June. So I haven't, and also I've been done so wrong by friends that it's just like I'm not easily to be a friend. I noticed that, and I've been saying that to myself since I've been here in Nigeria. I can honestly say, like, since I've been living in Nigeria for almost 7 months, and these people are so friendly. Like they're very welcoming. And I do hear the thing where, oh, like there's scammers and stuff. But let me tell you, every country has their own bundle of scammers. You know what I mean? But and it might be because it's a different way that they do things. A lot of things here get done under the table, as we say in the US, because there's no rules and regulations, no receipts. So you do have to be on point. But as far as in like the women and meeting new people, they're very friendly. I feel like I think that I've just went through so much trauma with friends in the US that I'm not easy to make friends with. And so even my neighbor, like she said something the other day. She was like, "Oh, like you don't really come out, you don't really care about me." And I was like, "Oh, it's not that I don't care about you, but I really don't care about you." But it's not like I don't care about you. It's just really a thing where I'm quite introverted, and I'm not easy to make friends because I've went through things in my life, and I just would like to protect my peace. So, but I sometimes do feel like, gee, like, dang, like I wish I was more sociable. I wish I was more like open. um like these people here, like they live a life that I lived is so luxurious to them, right? Having 24 hours power, having water at my disposal. So and it's like they live their own life. Some come from different tribes where they don't have the luxuries at all of even living in Nigeria, and moving to like Lagos or moving to like Abuja is like from their village is a luxury to them, and they still live such like a happy base life. Like And a lot of spiritual things be going on too. Like, and it's just they still keep pushing and persevere. These people like really do persevere. Like on like their perseverance is on 1,000, but they're still happy. And my neighbor, like, she comes out every day, and she like, because there's like markets at the bottom, not restaurants and shops. It's like markets or whatever. Maybe one day I can show you. Um, and so she like knows everybody, and it's not just her. It's like everybody in the compound. Like they all know each other, and I'm just like, dang. Like I'm here. I am. I'm in the house like all day, every day. I'm on my laptop, probably watching a movie, probably watching Netflix, whatever, or just scrolling on my phone. Not really doing much. My fiance is like out doing things, and so he's so sociable, and so sometimes it just makes me feel like, dang, like I wish I was just more sociable and more open to it. So yeah, but I did meet one friend. She's a business owner. Oh, also, I have this thing, like, I had to go through this. Me and my fiance, we like kind of talked about this because there was one girl that I went to the gym with, which I don't even go to that gym anymore. But I felt like she was too friendly. And he was just like, no, that's just how the girls are here in Nigeria. And he was telling me that I had this thing in my mind because I learned this from mentors that you become friends with only people who like have like a higher status than you, like, or surround yourself with people you want to be like, type of thing. And so I just, it's not that I looked down on her, but I was just like, that's not my friend type. And I still sometimes struggle with that. It's okay to be nice and to be friendly with other people, but being my actual friend, like, I don't choose that vocabulary word. It's not light with me, because if you're my friend, then I'm gonna do a lot for you. Um, so she comes from a nice family, but because she's not a business owner, I just feel like there's not things that we can talk about. But this one lady I met, her name's Jade. She owns a restaurant called the Living Room. Her and her husband. She's a mom. Like, she's stunning. Like, she's beautiful, tall, just like, oh my god, just stunning. And it's like quite refreshing to have like a really nice business conversation with her. She's born in Maryland, and then she was raised up in London, and so she has a great educational background. Like, so those are like the women that I would rather want to be friends with. So I'm quite picky. Yes, trauma US for me. Yeah, release the trauma, baby. We're suffering from PTSD over here. Yeah, I know. Right, scammers are literally everywhere. It matters now, honestly. Raise your vibration and you'll only attract those on your level. Right. See, those are the things the world needs to know. Maybe you better get out that house and live your life, bless people and them, and plant good vibes and reconstruct the trauma done from living in the US. Yeah, for sure. It's called an associate. Doesn't ever have to progress into friendship. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you have associates. Like, my neighbor is my neighbor. That's it. You're just my neighbor. Like, that's it. The girl that I had as a gym partner at one point, I like, you're definitely just an associate. Like, we're not even like, we don't even, I don't even talk to her because I don't, my Airbnb is not over there anymore, so I don't stay over there. And and then so Jade is kind of more like, it can be a progressive friendship for sure. She has like values that I like. Even though I'm not a mom or anything like that, I just like women who are good with responsibility. Sorry, rent's expensive. Our rent expensive here. No. So you can pay $3,000 for an entire year. You pay for your rent yearly, and then when it comes down to paying rent, you'll pay like $3,000 to $5,000 for rent for the entire year. Really nice, very nice, one bedroom or two bedroom, and then you have to pay for everything here. So you have to pay for like it depends on what your apartment comes with. Some come with furniture, some don't. And coming with furniture is like having a refrigerator, an AC, and like yeah, AC, refrigerator, sometimes a washer and dryer. So you just have to kind of figure that out. And what happens is you'll pay it. What I like about it is you pay annually, and then on the month that it's due. So say you started rent in March, and then now it's March 2026. Well, you have 3 months to pay the rent for the year of 2026. So like kind of like your eviction time, right? Would be 90 days, a full 90 days. You have 90 days to pay the 1 year rent, or they're going to tell you to leave so they can put somebody else in that unit. So that's just kind of how it works here. Um, but yeah, can you get grants to help the people there, which would cause you to interact with the locals? Yeah, so that was the whole purpose of having U.S. aid. But now that you have Doge in place, there's no U.S. aid anymore. So what I do is I use my some of my YouTube income, like my membership income, which is like $300 a month. I use that whole entire $300 and I donate it to, I not donate it, I give it in tithes and offering to the church. And what the church does, is church I go to, what they do is they use they use it to pay for the children that go to church with us for their schooling. And there's like a lot of children, like we're a lot of children. So that's what I do. And then usually monthly I do like this Thanksgiving type of thing where I like to buy like a goat and some fish, chicken, and a lot of rice. I love jollof rice and fried rice. So we would make like that okra soup or vegetable soup and swallow like fufu. And I would give out food, right? I would do it with like I would sit and eat with the neighborhood, the compound here. But then also we would give the food away. There's like a local school here and an orphanage, so yeah, I would do stuff like that. Okay, thank you. I have to get the courage. Yes, God bless you for that. Thank you. Is your finance fiance a native to the land? Yeah, he is a native. He is from Nigeria. He's actually a prince of his own village, and yeah, yeah, that's pretty much it. He does a lot here. He's uh he's like my tech guy. So yeah. Yes. Hey everybody, the new people who are coming in. The honeycombcredit.com is a $10,000 grant you can go for. So I've been talking about this grant since February. And the grant ends April 2nd, and they're going to choose a winner April 11th. So you can ask me any questions. The grant application only asks one question, and it is what would you do with the $10,000 for your business? All the other questions are just general questions that you can enter, like your business name, website, phone number, things like that. So visit honeycombcredit.com/breakthrough, and then you can go ahead and apply to it yourself. I've been applying to this grant for so many different business owners. I've applied to this grant for over 100 business owners since February, since I brought it to the internet, well, to YouTube, and it's been a pleasure. And the deadline is April 2nd, so we're coming up on it. Grants is debt free money that you don't have to pay back. So there's no credit checks, no personal information needed. And to best prepare yourself for these opportunities, I think it's best that you have like a business plan, a business pitch deck, and a 3-minute pitch video. All right. And a pitch deck is pretty much a PowerPoint version of your business plan. What you need to have in that is your, information about what your product or service is, um, what's the problem, how you're solving it, what's your business mission, and how you would use some funding if you were awarded. All right, so visit honeycombcredit.com/breakthrough and you can apply today. It's like a 5-minute application. The purpose of this live stream is also to give you guys a safe space to ask any questions, business development questions, questions about grants or whatever have you, or we're just having a nice conversation. I've been on YouTube for 6 years and I've been talking about grants and all kinds of cool stuff. So I have a lot of content on here for you to learn all you need to know. This is going to be my last live stream. So I really do appreciate you guys joining me. And yeah, because YouTube algorithm is changing. Do I have a Telegram group? No, I don't. I'm not on any other social media but YouTube. YouTube has been my rock for a long time. Yep. Yep. Fun fact, like since I moved here to Nigeria, I started back eating meat. I've been eating meat for the past like 3 months. Before then, I was a 4 or 5 year pescatarian. So when I travel to the US, I go back to that diet. In most cases, it's a lot of veggies, simply because I know what's going on there. Um, and as far as in the food supply and the quality of the food, it's a lot of GMOs, and I don't have that. That's that's not a thing here in Africa. Everything is organic. Have a thought about TikTok? Yeah, I'm actually on TikTok. I have a lot of um, content there too. Like I'm still gonna drop content. It's just gonna be pre-recorded. I'm not gonna be on live stream anymore. Like no more live. Like these live stream days are over. Over. Very much over. So yeah, it's just pre-recorded content, creating my own series, different topics, and taking it from there. How's the fruit here? It's really good. It's quite different. A lemon and a lime can be sweet one day, or it can be very sour, but it's orange in the middle. Um, Pineapples are extremely sweet, extremely sweet. Bananas are fresh and so good. My favorite fruit here so far is a pineapple. Hi, so can we pay you to help with putting in the grants? It's $600. I know the Holy Spirit is said to do mighty things with you. Yes, that is true. That is very much true. Amen. Can I overnight some pineapples? I wish I could. Something that I've been thinking about getting into is starting an Amazon store. A friend of mine, like Jade, she did tell me, but like her and her husband, they have like this Amazon store where they sell like a lot of dry goods from Africa to the US and to the UK. And so far, it seems like so far so good. I was going to go ahead and invest into doing it with them. What they're interested in is like it working for them first, and then what they want to do is they want to offer the service to set you guys up, like to set up your own Amazon store, so you can sell goods from the from Africa, um, and so yeah, so I was going to do that because I have my African black soap that I've been selling through Etsy. But the thing about that is it's a challenge for shipping through there. So I found out that Amazon is like the best platform for shipping outside of Africa into the US. So that's going to be my thing. I've been studying that, so I'll probably document that journey, like starting an Amazon store to sell organic products, organic dry goods from Africa to the US. Yes, Amazon, send me some dry food. Yeah, that would be really dope. And I actually like dry pineapple. I wonder what that tastes like here. Mm, It might be really good.
Yes, they keep shipping prices high there for a reason. Yeah, it's very, very expensive. Like my blacks, I kind of paused on selling the black soap because it's the bar of soap is like not even $20, and then it cost me almost $100 just to send one bar, and I don't like that. So, and I think that was just like the whole thing from the tariff situation. So, I don't know. Yep. All right, so we're in like the last 15 minutes. I've been on here for 45 minutes. So the last 15 minutes of the live stream, and then I'm going to get off of here, probably go and get some food. Yeah, there's Megan. Love it. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I was watching, like, I don't know if you guys watch Erin on Demand. She's like one of my peers here on YouTube. I like her content. She's doing like this series called A Millionaire in a Year. I really like it. And I like the concept of it. She says some really good stuff. Tell her Superior Shelby sent you. She's really nice. And I kind of think I want my content to be like that too. Take care of your peace, Shelby. You're amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Is it a link in the description for it? Also, do we need to have an email for the grant? Um, Erin, Erin on Demand. She's like really dope. Okay. So there's a link in the description for you to book a one-on-one consultation with me. And it can be good to have like a separate email for grants so that way it'll be easier for you to track the grant responses. So yeah, because the grantors, they only correspond via email. So having a separate email specifically for grants, so it can be like abccompany.grants@gmail.com, right? But having a specific email for grants is really, really good. Um, it's really good for keeping track of your grant responses and like confirmations and stuff. And also, like, not every grant has like a confirmation too. It's important to know that because you have to like pay for emails and stuff. So in most cases, like, you'll submit the application. You might get like a congratulations, thank you so much for filling out the application, or you might not. So keep yourself organized with like a spreadsheet. I talk about that in my content too, like how to create a grant spreadsheet. Yeah. So everything that I say in my live streams pretty much is going to be transitioned into a series on YouTube, broken down thoroughly, and it's going to be in landscape, so that way you can see it on you can view it on your TV, because that's the transition that YouTube's going into now. So things like what I just said, creating your own email, like tips, grant tips, I'll put that on there. Go out, check her out. God brought me here for a reason. Also, I watch all of your videos and thank you for the dedication. And I look forward to seeing you evolve. God uses you in the future. Yes, thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's a leap of faith for sure. We are in the last 2 minutes of our live stream, but it's a leap of faith for sure. Because, like I said, like, you know, a lot of startups, a lot of people don't like put their all into their business because of that fear of the unknown. Well, yeah, I experienced that too, right? And this is definitely the fear of the unknown, like not knowing how this content will work, how, and like I said, I primarily depend on this income. And I'm not ashamed or afraid to say it. Like, YouTube has been taking care of me for a very long. God has been taking care of me for a long time, but through YouTube and being able to upload content and stay consistent, that is like where majority of my income comes from. So now that I have to kind of like transition that, and I understand that there's usually like this gap period. There's this gap period where like the algorithm has to change, and people, it has to start talking to other people, like it has to start attracting people who are looking at content kind of like yours that you're uploading. So I'm hoping that things go well. We'll see. So we're in the last 10 minutes of the live stream. One of my last live streams that I'll be doing. And as far as in like if you are a channel member, I'm still going to do my Sunday grant classes. Definitely going to still dedicate my time to that because I think that those classes are helpful. The only thing about it is that I don't get too many people that come in, but I still have the content available for you to be able to watch. So I'll still do those, but there will be more, like I said, pre-recorded content. And so the Sunday grant class, sometimes it will be a live stream, probably like once a month. And then everything else will be pre-recorded, screen records of me actually applying to different grants you can apply to yourself, things like that. So yes. Last thing, do you need a website? Not for all grants. You don't need a website, but it does increase your chances of approvals when you do have one because it shows commitment to your brand. What other questions do you guys have before we get out of here? In the last 5 minutes of the live stream. Hmm. I have courses in my Etsy shop, so you can always purchase a course. The courses are like how to write a business plan, how to search and apply to grants. So I always have courses through Etsy. I believe I'll put my Etsy store link in the description. Okay. We said, well, let's go out with a bang. I'm blowing the party blower and popping the next race gun. Thank you. Yes, it's been a pleasure. Currency always flows. Get get into the vibes, and it. You'll find it rain on you from multiple streams. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. You're so right about that. All right, you guys. We're in the last 5 minutes. I think this is going to be my last live stream. I might come back on here again like over the weekend or just like one last time for the 31st since that's technically the last day of hey, how are you? Since that's technically the last day of quarter 1, but yeah, no more live streams. Just follow your heart, God will do the rest. Absolutely. Yep. Yep. All right, y'all. Any last remarks? Any last remarks? Super countdown time. It's been a pleasure coming on here every day. Even when I lived in Panama, I lived in Panama like I literally just moved from Panama. I was living in Panama early 2024. I moved out, and I moved back to Well, I didn't even move back to Florida, but I stayed in Florida for like 3 months because my grandma needed my attention, and then she passed away. So I got to spend 3 months in Florida, just kind of like being able to just talk to her more. And then she passed away. Then I went through Hurricane Helene. Went through that whole situation, helped hurricane victims in Tampa. Then went back to Miami. And then I was just like by myself for a while, sat with God and was like, all right, we're going to do this content. My grandma's gone. God helped me out because this is the last draw. I packed my things, which I already had them packed. And all the clothes that I had, everything that I had in storage from my last condo in Miami, I let it go. And I was like, yeah, this is it. I'm getting out of here. I'm moving to Nigeria. And I left. Have an awesome weekend. You too. So, yeah, that's just kind of been like my journey for the last, let's say, 9 months almost. And I believe I'm like still at the beginning of this journey of living here in Nigeria. Like, I live in Abuja, so I have not been to Lagos. I don't know what that's like. I don't know what the other African countries are like. So I'm just like kind of waiting on God, honestly. So more on my journey, what that looks like, coming soon in pre-recorded videos, some good quality content. I think you guys would really appreciate. All right, so anything else you guys want to say? In my last 3 minutes. And when you get tired, you are ready to go. And I was ready to go. So I've done a lot of transitioning, and I believe my content will really help. The new content I'm going to put out will really help those who, excuse me, who want to transition and leave the U.S. And I can just share what I did. Mind you, I have no children. I'm about to be 30, and so yeah. All right, so the last 2 minutes. Get your 2 minute remarks in, because this is it. No more grant live streams. I'm gonna go on a hiatus and find out what type of content, how I'm going to edit it, all that good stuff. So yeah. I'm probably gonna call an Uber and go get some chicken. Go get some chicken wings. I've helped so many business owners learn about grants on this app. I think it's been fun. Um, I can't type fast enough until we meet again, as the church folks say. Yes, absolutely. I'll be dropping pre-recorded content, and I hope to see you guys in the comments. I'm really good at about responding to comments. Um, so yeah, I hope I see you guys there. And I already got like some pre-recorded vlogs that I did, like different hotels I stayed at here, my Airbnb experiences, all kind of stuff. So I do have a playlist specifically for vlogs, but I'm going to organize it. Probably take this entire month to organize it, record, learn more editing styles. Yeah, like get back to the drawing board. Content makes a lot of money. There's no reason why I should not stay in this space. But just making sure I go with the flow. As the algorithm change, I have to change as well. Okay. Okay. Well, you guys, it's been fun. I've been on here for 1 hour. I really do appreciate you guys being on this live stream with me. Like I said, I might come back on the 31st. I don't know if I feel like it, but we'll see. Um, and yeah, enjoy my content, all my other videos on how to search and apply to grants. I'm switching up the conversation and everything. So, yeah, I'll see you guys on the other side of the videos. It's been fun. I gotta run. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Bye.